Good morning, class. Today we are going to start your fourth chapter, that is nouns. Okay. You all have been reading this chapter since a very long time. So you are well acquainted with what nouns are, right? A noun is, for simple definition, a noun is a simple or a naming word. It can name anything, a person, an animal, a place, thing, quality, feeling, an idea. So means any naming thing is your noun. A noun can be anything, a name, place, animal, thing, idea, feeling, whatever. Okay, see, but in today's class we will actually be reading the kinds of noun. There are 5 kinds of noun: proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. Okay, so what are the 5 kinds of noun? Proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. So come to your proper noun first. Proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, or thing. Proper noun is the name of a particular person, a place, or a thing. For example, name of a person. Shivani is our class monitor. So in class you have only Shivani who is your class monitor. Shivani is the name of a particular person, hence it is a proper noun. One more thing, a proper noun always starts with a capital letter, no matter where the proper noun is placed in a sentence. A proper noun can means your sentence can start with a proper noun, or it can be placed in middle of a sentence. But wherever it is placed, your proper noun will always start with a capital letter. Next, common noun. Words denoting person or things of same kind or class is called common noun. Means the words which are used to denote person or things of same class. Same class means same kind, of a particular kind. Then it is known as your common noun. For example, boys. Boys denote, the word boys denote the entire community of boys, and thus boys is a common noun. Okay. Next, collective noun, the word that denote a collection of person, means a particular name given to a collection of person or things regarded as an unit is known as collective noun. For example, bunch, army, school, flock, fleet, etc. Next, material noun, the word which denote a matter or substance of which things are made of. Means material noun, the word itself denotes material, means the substance of which something is made of. That is known as your material noun. For example, gold, silver, wood, iron, cotton, plastic, sugar, everything is your material noun. Next, abstract noun. Now this is a bit tricky. Abstract noun is something which cannot be touched but can be felt. It is kind of an idea or a feeling. See, wisdom, beauty, honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Can you see honesty? Can you touch honesty? No, you can only feel it. You have only an imagination of it. So abstract noun, the name of things which cannot be touched or cannot be seen but can only be a thought about or felt are known as abstract noun. Means where you can imagine it, where you can feel it. Such things are known as abstract noun. For example, dream. Dream, you cannot see it, but you can only imagine about it. Okay? See, formation of abstract noun. Abstract noun are formed. How? From common noun. Common noun such as slave, we are changing into abstract noun slavery. Mother becomes motherhood. Child becomes childhood. Fool becomes folly. From adjectives, wise, wisdom, brave, bravery, beautiful, beauty, long, length. Okay. From verbs, divide, division, choose, choice, decide, decision, see, sight. By adding suffixes, friend, friendship, member, membership, hard, hardship, owner, ownership, short, shortage, carry, carriage, marry, marriage, waste, wastage, pilgrim, pilgrimage, accurate, accuracy, private, privacy, child, childhood, man, manhood, boy, boyhood, act, action, imagine, imagination, deceptive, deception, receive, reception, attentive, attention, dominate, domination, burial, bury, burial, try, trial, active, arrive, arrival, real, reality, action, human, humanity, clear, clarity, brief, brevity, equal, equality, active, activity, able, ability, tame, timidity. Okay, these all are your examples how to create your abstract noun from common nouns or verbs or adding certain suffixes. So you will be going through all this in your books and see how they are formed. Okay, now see, nouns are also classified on the basis of countability. Now we come into the division of noun on the basis of countability, whether they can be counted or not, means countable nouns or uncountable nouns. Okay, so what countable nouns are? The nouns that can be counted are known as countable nouns, means where you can count, where the numbers can be used. For example, 4 boys, 10 houses, 2 pencil. These all can be counted. How many pencils are there? Too many. Or 2 pencils are there. So where you can give a number, where you can count the number of objects, is known as countable noun. Now see, what are the points to remember about countable nouns? They can be quantified by numbers. I said you can use a number. They have singular and plural form. Countable nouns, of course, can be singular or plural form. You have 1 pencil, you have 2 pencils. We can use a and 1 or any number before them. You can use any number before them. Many can also be used before them at times. I have many pencil. How many pencil? Many pencil. Okay. Next, see, uncountable nouns. The noun that cannot be counted and are usually quantified by words. Are usually quantified by words that signify amount are called countable nouns. Means uncountable noun signifies number and countable noun signifies the amount. Like water. Can you count how many water is there? No. You can say I have a glass of water. You can count the glass but not the number of water. Oil, smoke, English, rice, sugar. Can you say give me a English? Give me one English? No. I have learnt one English? No. Because these are uncountable nouns. This cannot be counted. See? Now see, what are the points to remember about uncountable nouns? They are quantified by amounts rather than numbers. Okay? Earlier, the countable nouns were quantified by number and they are quantified by amounts. They have only one form, singular. We cannot make plural of water. You cannot say give me waters. No, give me water. They have only one form, singular. Whereas your countable nouns can be singular, can be plural. We cannot use a, an or one before them because your uncountable noun itself is a singular form and you cannot use double meaning of singular. You cannot use a and one before your singular nouns. We can use much, any or some before them. You can use much, many, any or some. For example, give me some sugar. You cannot say give me one sugar. You cannot say give me one rice. You can say give me some rice. all abstract and material nouns are uncountable nouns. So all abstract and material noun is your uncountable noun. Okay. Next. Okay. For today, let's keep it up to this. And in your next part, we will be starting with the cases. We'll be starting with the noun case. Okay. So till then, revise your chapter. See what the chapter is all about. Revision is must. So till then, stay at home and stay safe.